It has been quite some time since I've been back in the old setup, but we're here, and you know I love to be a little reminiscent. I love to go a little bit throwback when we come back home. What a better way than tier lists. Today we're doing an over-under tier list. So what that's gonna mean is I'm gonna go through all the teams in Major League Baseball, give you their line for over-under wins in the 2021 season, and I'm gonna give you my opinion whether they're gonna go over that win limit, push it, or if they are gonna go under. Team wins 2021 Major League Baseball season, every single team. So as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it. That's the best way to show your support. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. Baseball season's coming. Click that sub button, join the team. Get in the comments down below. Let me know what teams you think could be over or under. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Drop me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, as well as the podcast. Links to everything in the description. And I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Purple. Purple is reinventing what comfort feels like, thanks in part to the Purple Grid. Only Purple has the Grid, a stretchy gel-like material that helps support your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, necks, and hips. The way that the Purple Grid is designed is unique. It doesn't trap air. Air is actually able to circulate and flow through it so that you don't overheat. And as you can see, the grid is extremely flexible, which allows for it to support your position and bounce back as you readjust, whether you're sitting on the purple cushion or even sleeping on the purple mattress. Unlike memory foam, you won't feel like you're stuck in place because it moves with your body. I was lucky enough to get sent the purple cushion for my chair, which you see me sitting in right now. And you know what? I'm actually gonna put it right back down there because it's just way more comfortable than my normal chair. I'm extremely impressed, not only with how comfortable the purple cushion is, but how much better I feel sitting in this chair. So because I've partnered up with Purple, I have a very special offer for you guys as viewers of the channel. You are able to try your Purple mattress risk-free today and get 10% off any order of $200 or more by going to purple.com/giraffe. Link, of course, will be in the description, but purple.com/giraffe, 10% off any order of $200 or more. If you're someone who feels like you're uncomfortable or maybe not even getting a good night's sleep, I highly suggest going to purple.com/giraffe. It's extremely comfortable and I highly recommend it. Thank you to Purple for sponsoring today's video. All right, so let's get it started off here with the New York Yankees. They're the first team listed. They're at 95.5 wins, and let me tell you, that is a really, really tough number to beat. That is so many wins. The Yankees are good, though. I had them as the best team in the American League the other day in my power rankings. I really think that the Yankees could be close to that 100 win mark, especially just like the American League isn't that strong, but the AL East is. The Blue Jays are getting better. The Orioles are getting better. You still have the Rays, the Red Sox. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I will say that the Yankees get over. I think the Yankees are more along the lines of a 97, 98 win team with the possibility to win 100 plus games. So at 95.5, we're taking the over for the Yankees. Seattle Mariners, a team that I'm high on. They're at 72.5. I think that is a super, super low number for the Mariners. I get it, but the American League West is a weak division. You're going to be able to beat up on the Rangers. Every single team in that division is better than them. They're going to win games against the Angels. They're going to win some against the Astros, some against the A's too, and they still get to play the rest of the American League. I actually like the Mariners to go over there. I don't think the Mariners are going to be a playoff team by any means, but I think that they could be pushing closer to 500 than 72.5 wins there, so I've got them over as well. Tampa Bay Rays, 85.5, and this is where we start to get tough. This is really difficult. I see the Rays, honestly, as an 86 win team going into the 2021 season. They have the potential to get more. They're still very good, but I think over a longer season, it's going to be a little more difficult, so I'm going to put the Rays, I think I'm going to put them at over, just because I think they're going to win more than 85.5. They're going to be really close. They're the closest one to push thus far, but I think that this is also a team that has a ceiling to be a first place team in the American League East. So for those reasons, I'm going to put them over. They still got the pitching. They still got the bullpen. They're still very good. Toronto Blue Jays, one of the most hyped up teams in baseball. And as they should, they had a great offseason, bringing in George Springer, Marcus Semien. One of their big moves, Kirby Yates, unfortunately got hurt, but they still have Biggio, Gurriel, Guerrero, Bichette, Rowdy Tellez, Alejandro Kirk, Teoscar Hernandez. This team's loaded offensively. Pitching side is super weak, though. After Hyun-Jin Ryu, the arms aren't as reliable. I love Nate Pearson, but he's battling injuries, and the bullpen just lost Kirby Yates. The bullpen's still fine. It's just not as good as it once was. At 86.5 for the Toronto Blue Jays, it's a tough line. I really do think that they're pushed. I think they're an 86-win team as well. I think that they have a higher ceiling if they go get some more pitching, but right now with Hyun-Jin Ryu as their number one, and then like Pearson, Roark, Matz, Robbie Ray, there's some injuries there. There's a lot of concerns from the pitching side. So they're a push for me at 86.5. Miami Marlins, 70.5. Oh, that's so tough. Ooh, the Marlins, that's really, really hard. 70.5, because if they start calling up their young guys, I actually think they're going to be a better team. They have a lot of great young talent. They've shown some pitching guys this spring training that look really good. I think I'm going to put the Marlins at push as well. I think they could be a 72-win team, but I think it's probably more realistic that they are right around that 70-win range. Ah, man, 70. Who's making these lines? These lines have been fantastic. Marlins go 70.5 push. St. Louis Cardinals, 86.5. Oh, that's so tough. I think the Cardinals are over. Grabbing Nolan Arenado is good. That is still a weak division, and I think the winner's only going to come out with about 90 wins or so, and the Cardinals are going to be very close. I see them as an 86, 87, 88 win team with the potential of being better, of course, if they get some healthy arms back, they start playing well, the young guys like Carlson, O'Neal, Bader, they step up offensively, along with Arenado and Goldschmidt having big years. I know I didn't pick the Cardinals to win first place in the NL Central, but I think they are better than an 86.5 win team right now. Houston Astros, I'm shocked at this line, 86.5. I think the Astros are still the best team in that division by a pretty good margin. Astros are going to be over 2, I promise. We're not just picking everybody over. I see over 86.5 wins for the Astros. I think they're like a 92, 91, 90 win team. People are down on them. They have some arms. They have a lot of really good young arms that you might not know about just yet, but they're going to perform this year. You still have Zach Greinke, you got McCullers. Those are going to be the main guys, and Odorizzi will be there at some point too. The bullpen's strong. They still got Altuve, Correa, Bregman, Kyle Tucker's a beast, Jordan Brantley. This team is getting slept on. Atlanta Braves at 91.5. Oh man, I think the Braves in that division, it's going to be like 90's probably going to win the division, I think. So for those reasons, I'm going to go under for the Braves. I still have them as the best team in the National League East. Until the Mets beat them, they're not going to get lower. But at 91.5, that's tough. That's a really, really hard number to try to get to in that division where you got the Mets who are going to be really good, the Nationals who are going to be good, the Phillies who are going to be competitive, and the Marlins are not the same bottom-dwelling team that they once were. Braves' depth isn't that great. A couple guys go down. This is a team that's going to have to bounce back. Still good. I just don't know if it's 91.5. Better than that. I don't know if they win 93. Baltimore Orioles at 64.5. I'm taking the Baltimore Orioles over. I talked about with Jeff Passan's video a couple weeks ago. I think the Orioles are going to be a much improved team. Now, 64.5, no. I think they go to like 66, so it's not like I think that they're going to be good. They're still going to be the bottom of that division by a good margin, but 64.5 feels a little bit low to me. The Orioles are improving. They've got some young pitching coming up. They've been changing up what they do with their arms out there, and it's making a difference, and I think Adley gets called up and makes a huge deal too. They're going to go like 66, 67 wins in my eyes. Cleveland Indians, 81.5. The Cleveland Indians at 81.5 feels like the perfect push. I think that they're going to be right around 500. They still have good enough pitching to be very, very competitive, but the hitting is going to have to really wake up this season for them to have a shot at being better than a 500 team. I don't think they're that strong. I don't think their bullpen's incredibly deep, but we know what their starting pitching can look like. They still have Jose Ramirez, who just is an MVP candidate every year. That alone can get you to a 500 record. Sorry if the camera moved a little bit. It was dying. Next up, we have the Colorado Rockies. We're coming in at 64.5 wins. That's a really, really low number, and I think it's going to be lower. The Rockies are going to be like close to 60 wins in my eyes. They just are not very good anymore. Trevor Story might be on the move. I think if they can move Charlie Blackmon, they'll do it as well. I think almost anybody on that roster is movable, and I expect them to make a move if it's available. So this Rockies team has no pitching, has no bullpen, and on the lineup side, it's literally Story and Blackmon. There's not a lot to look forward there. I'm going to go under 64.5. It's bold. That's a really bad season, but this is a really bad team. Detroit Tigers at 68.5. Oh, we're hitting the over on this one for sure. I think the Tigers are going to be like a 72, 73 win team this year. I think they're going to be much improved. I love the move of AJ Hinch as the manager. I think he's really, really strong there. I like AJ Hinch a lot. I think that they added some good pieces, guys like Robbie Grossman. Even though Wilson Ramos behind the plate is going to be an improvement on what they had. And the great young talent that's coming up, you got Willie Castro there, Isaac Paredes over at third base. You got Riley Green, who's on his way up. Maybe Spencer Torkelson, if he tears it up, could make an appearance. Who knows? Casey Mize, Matt Manning, Tariq Skubal are all coming. This team's going to be fine. And I like some of their arms in the bullpen. I have over 68.5 for sure. Kansas City Royals. I think that the Royals at 72.5 are going to be slightly under. The Royals are going to be one of those teams that's definitely selling, I think, at the deadline, especially because they got guys like Michael A. Taylor, Mike Minor, Adalberto Mondesi, Whit Merrifield, Jorge Soler, Hunter Dozier, Andrew Benintendi even. They have a lot of guys that they're definitely going to be okay with moving. Get those prospects, help the rebuilding phase. You're not close yet. They'll be a more fun team to watch because they have some players, but they're just still not good yet, and I think at the deadline they're going to sell a lot, which is going to hurt their record. Under. I think they're more like 68, 69. Nice. Wins. Whoa, Milwaukee Brewers are coming in at 82.5. Oh, over for the Milwaukee Brewers. This team is being slept on massively, and in fact, I'm going to have to take advantage of my time here in New Jersey while I see an 82.5 over-under wins for the Milwaukee Brewers. They are going over without a doubt. This is a team that's probably going to win the division in my eyes, is in a really good spot, and they can make a few moves, even for some bats, for some pieces, that is going to improve this team. Wow, 82.5? I actually can't believe how low that is. I can't believe that no one's giving them a shot when they are arguably the best team in this division. So yeah, Milwaukee Brewers, that's an easy one. Christian Yelich is going to be back and big this year. Big things are coming for Christian Yelich again. The LA Angels at 83.5. Oh, I'm sorry, Angels fans. This is under for me. I just do not trust the Angels pitching staff on either side. Rotation weak. Bullpen, oh, it's super weak. Andrew Heaney, Griffin Canning, Alex Cobb, and Jose Quintana are 4 question marks. Those are 4 guys that you'd probably want as your 4 or 5 starter. And they're all going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. With Dylan Bundy, who's more of a 2, being your ace. So the rotation's weak. The bullpen, besides Raisel Iglesias, I just can't get excited about. Yes, I know Mike Myers had a good year last year. They've got some arms that are okay. Nothing great. Nothing that makes me go, oh, that's locked down at the end of the game. This Angels team scares me. Mike Trout's incredible. Anthony Rendon's incredible. Shohei Ohtani's incredible. And he's going to be a part of that rotation too. He's their number 1, actually. I lied. They're going to need Ohtani to be at a Cy Young level to have a shot to even be close to this kind of record. I think that the Angels are under. This is a team that I think is going to super underperform this year. I hope they prove me wrong. I want Mike Trout in the playoffs. I want Ohtani in the playoffs. I want Rendon in the playoffs. I just don't feel good about them. Oakland A's at 87.5. You know what? They're going to go right into that push category because I think that they're probably an 88 and 86 win team. 87. They're right in that range. That's right where I see their home is, and they feel like the perfect push. They're at 87.5. This is a team that you always count out. They don't have the biggest names. You got Chapman, you got Olsen, Laureano, Sean Murphy, really good players, Mark Canha. On the pitching side rotation, nothing's going to make you excited. And the bullpen, again, nothing's going to make you excited, but they have arms. And the bullpen arms are really good. This is a competitive team. We put them at a push. Philadelphia Phillies, 80.5. Phillies are the Phillies are a push team, I think, as well. They are a 500 team, I think, in the NL East. You put them in the Central, they're going to win close to 86, 87 games. They have the unfortunate problem of that they play in the National League East, where they're the 4th best team. From the starting rotation side, you got Nola, you got Wheeler, and maybe even Spencer Howard sprinkled in there, but the arms aren't particularly that strong. You added some bullpen arms. Alvarado looks really good. Archie Bradley's out there. So the bullpen's improving, no doubt. And they're going to score runs, but it's still the National League East where you're playing the majority of your games. It's going to be hard to come out of there. I think with an above 500 record, I put them at push 81 and 81. Pittsburgh Pirates, 58.5. Oh man, is it possible that, yeah, Pirates they're not winning that many games. This Pirates team's horrendous. They've got some young guys coming. They're just not ready yet. And I mean, besides Brian Hayes on the offensive side of the baseball, not a whole lot to look forward to right now. And then on the pitching side, it's like Mitch Keller, kind of it. I'm sorry, Pirates fans. You know it. We all know it. This team is the worst team in baseball, arguably, under 58.5. And that's like so hard to say, but they really are that bad. San Diego Padres, 94.5. Ooh, Padres, I'm going to go over. I think the Padres are going to be over. They do have an issue of depth. Their depth is not particularly strong, but that lineup at the absolute surface is disgusting. The pitching staff is disgusting. The bullpen is disgusting. I also want to say when I say depth, I mean from a lineup standpoint, pitching-wise, they've got all the depth in the world, and that's why they're going to be an over team. I love pitching. I'm a guy who likes to build pitching first teams. Padres over 94.5. I think this is a team that's probably going to win 96, 97 games, maybe even crack 100, of course, if they start to beat the Dodgers and show themselves as the best team in the division, best team in baseball. They're scary good. You don't want to sleep on the Padres. Texas Rangers at 66.5. Oh my God, this is a huge under. Rangers hammered the under. Did you see this team recently? They've been getting worse and worse. They're trying to get younger, and I appreciate that. They're trying to start the rebuilding phase, but Joey Gallo might be on his way out. And if Joey Gallo's not there, how are they scoring runs? David Dahl is not good enough to carry that team to more than 66 wins. Ronald Guzman, I don't care how he's hitting. Let's see it happen for a full season. The pitching is atrocious on both sides. Yeah, Rangers. Sorry, Rangers fans. I want you to do well. I like your blue jerseys. You're not getting over 66.5 wins. That's insane. Boston Red Sox, 80.5. Tempting to put them over. I think that's right around the push level as well. The Red Sox, again, just don't have a lot of pitching. They're essentially the Phillies of the American League East. And I think the Phillies probably have a little better pitching than them, which is a lot to say. But when Chris Sale is not there, kind of depleted. Eddie Rodriguez is good, but he's come back from a huge health scare. Garrett Richards has been okay. Nathan Eovaldi is always about being healthy. Tanner Houck, it's not the strongest team. Offensively, fantastic. JD, Verdugo, Bogarts, Devers, Dahlbeck, Vasquez. I mean, I love their offense, but the pitching's bad. They're a push. San Francisco Giants at 75.5 is a incredible line as well. I think that one is a very solid push. I think they're without a doubt the 3rd best team in that division. I think they are below average, though still. I don't think they're a particularly good team. They don't have pitching. The bullpen, I know a lot of people want to say like, oh, look at these arms in the bullpen. Pump the brakes, guys. Pump the brakes. So I don't want to go too crazy with the Giants. I think that they are right around that 75, 76 win range. And for those reasons, we put them in push. I don't think they're going to be worse. I just don't also think they're going to be better. Los Angeles Dodgers at 102.5. This team is so incredibly good on paper, but do you know how hard it is to win 103 games? We're going under, I think, because of how good the Padres are going to be. This is going to affect their record a little bit, where they're probably hovering right around 100 wins. It is so hard to win 103 games in a baseball season. Think about it. You're losing less than 60 games. That's 103 and 59. That's an unbelievable season, one of the best seasons you could ever have. Baseball has too much talent in it right now, I think, for a team to just dominate like that. I think they're the clear and obvious favorites for the World Series, but to win 103 games, I'm not so confident. I think the smart play is under. and that's why I put them under. I think that's the smart move. Arizona Diamondbacks at 74.5. The Diamondbacks are going to go under for me as well. The Diamondbacks is a team that I used to be high on. I thought last year could have been a year. I like some of the moves they made. Tel Marte pretty much carries them offensively. Cole Calhoun's going to hit some home runs. Christian Walker's going to hit a little bit, but Eduardo Escobar went cold. We don't know what he's going to be like. Nick Ahmed is a defensive first shortstop for sure. Even Josh Rojas, like how much potential or production is he going to really be able to perform with? Gallen's great. Bumgarner, not so much. He's looking a little older. Caleb Smith, Merrill Kelly is okay. They just have a lot of okay players and the bullpen's bad. They're under for me for sure. My New York Mets, 90.5 wins. This is super, super tough. I want the over, but I really do think that the Mets are like an 88, 89 win team. 90 wins, I think, does get the division. 90.5? I'm going to put them at push. I think that's like right around where they're going to be. I still think the Braves are better, but again, had a higher line. They had a higher over-under. The Mets didn't. They have a more realistic one. I think 90.5 is fair. I'm going to put push. I'm going to be optimistic. Oh no, biased Mets fan. Look at the logo behind you. You think I'm going to say the Mets are going to win less than 90 games? No shot. White Sox, 91.5. Losing Eloy changes some things. Definitely changes some things, but I still think they play in one of the weaker divisions in baseball. While the bottom is improving, it's still not good, and the Indians got a lot worse. I think the White Sox are going to be over 91.5. I think they're going to sit around that 94, 95 range. They're really, really good. Eloy down hurts them. They don't have a lot of depth. White Sox are good. White Sox are strong. I really don't have any worries about them. Still, I have them over. Minnesota Twins, 88.5. That feels like a push to me for the Minnesota Twins. That really does. Now, the White Sox losing Eloy, I think, helps them a little bit, but if you told me the Twins are going to be an 89-win team, I would sign the paper right then and there and say, you figured it out. That's the exact number. And while that technically is over 88.5, it's too close for me to tell. We're putting the Twins at push. Great offense, decent starting pitching, an okay bullpen. I shouldn't even say that. They have good pitching. They're fine. They're strong. They have a strong team. Chicago Cubs coming in at 79.5. Oh, man. I think the Cubs might be over. I think the Cubs are like maybe an 82, 83 win team. Again, everyone's going to beat up on the Pirates. And the more I've been diving into like some of these other teams that they're going to be playing, 79, I don't think the Cubs are going to be good. This is where I'm torn, but 79.5 wins feels low. They feel like right about 500, a third place team. Going to be competing for a playoff spot. They're not going to get it, but they'll be competing. It really depends if they start trading off their guys. If they do, they're under. If they don't, they're right about there, a 500 baseball team. So I'll put them over. Washington Nationals at 84.5. I think the Washington Nationals are a push too. I'm sorry. That feels good. 85-win team is where I probably would put them right now. I think their pitching's a lot stronger than people are giving them credit for. I like their rotation a lot. Scherzer, Corbin, Strasburg, Lester, Joe Ross. The bullpen has gotten improvements in grabbing Brad Hand. And the guys that they already had out there, and Daniel Hudson, Will Harris, Tanner Rainey. Those are some decent arms. Lineup is interesting. Very top-heavy. Schwarber, Soto, Turner, Bell. Those are your four big boppers. Everybody else is a question mark, but this team is going to be sneaky good this year. I have them as a push. And then the Cincinnati Reds at 82.5. Yeah, I'm going to go under for that. That's a really high one. I thought that they would have more likely had what the Cubs had. They might be even bigger sellers possibly than the Cubs are come trade deadline time. They have a lot of contracts that they can move. This is a team that doesn't look like they're necessarily trying to go forward, but maybe trying to take a step back so they can go forward sooner. And that just feels like the Cincinnati Reds for me. Making some trades. Gray and Castillo are fantastic. And they still have Castellanos, Suarez, Moustakas, Votto. Am I forgetting somebody? Jesse Winker is a good hitter. I like some of their players. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it for a full season like this. And again, they have zero depth. So yeah, I mean, here's what we got. A lot of overs, a decent amount of pushes, and a few unders. I actually think I did one more in each level, which is interesting. I'd love to know what you guys think about the over-unders I chose down in the comment section below. Remember to drop a like on the video to help support the channel, as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on any content coming at you baseball season. Check out Purple, link in the description if you guys want to get one for yourself. And that's where I'll wrap it up. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.